Welcome back, dear gold bugs. Let's take a look again on the gold market as usual. Sive Morten is here with the Forex Peace Army.com. Let's see what's going on here. So yesterday we said that by some technical and fundamental background, gold market actually is worth it to show the pullback, some retracement, because it definitely is overextended. Currently, it stands at the very bottom on the weekly chart, and it has reached a few upside standing targets. In particular speaking, the big target of this butterfly on the daily weekly chart, and also it has reached the target of the big XOP target on the monthly chart. So we talked about this in our weekly report. Currently, the tension source is a probable government shutdown on October 1st. But for the truth's sake, we already saw this soap opera previously, so probably they will come at some consensus and compromise in the nearest few days. It's more than a week stands until this moment, and probably some solution will be found. So I wouldn't overestimate this source of risk. So maybe it keeps some tensions, support gold, but once the solution will be found, it might be triggered the pullback on the gold. Technical background also remains the same. As I said, some overextension, some actually a bit some tension stands inside of this price action. It seems that for gold exists some difficulties with the keep going higher in the same pace, so some pressure. This swamp of the river is holding market from the further appreciation. Finally, a third, which is also I think it might be important, maybe not this week, but next week, investors just will analyze what Donald Trump said yesterday in the United Nations meeting. And the statement that Donald Trump has provided, together with the previous statement on Afghanistan, if you remember, so he has demanded back his military base in Afghanistan, and he said that we intend to return back. So all the speeches significantly decrease the degree of piking tensions among United States and political forces in the European Union and United Kingdom. So that also might be some reasons for relief on the gold market. I wouldn't say that's changed something drastically, but at least in the short term, it also could play some, could give some impact, to play some role in the current situation. From taking it all together, we still think that in the current moment, maybe it makes sense to wait. Maybe not makes sense not to be hurry up with the new position taking, especially when you're at the rebut and a very strong target. So yesterday's, now as you can see, we are getting the inside session. So yes, yesterday we've got some upward continuation, but it was not really very significant. And today market stands inside of it. So patterns that we are watching on intraday charts remains the same on the 4-day frame chart. As we said, we had really great thrust to the upside, and the pattern that we could consider here is a possible double repo sell. So to get this pattern, market needs to return back to the top first, showing maybe some wash and rinse of this top, making slightly higher top probably, and then sharply drop down below the moving average that we have here. With the close below the moving average, second close. Here's first close, and second close below moving average. If this condition around the top will be also met, we will get the bearish double repo pattern. It suggests retracement at least to the 50% support of the thrusting action, so it will be somewhere around 37. Here we have the bullish reversal candle, which actually not bad, especially when we expect first this market has to return back to the top. That's what we particularly could be watching for. Correspondingly, on the hourly chart, on 30-minute chart, it might take a few shapes. So, for example, it might be either the butterfly, but the target around 38. This might be some slight upward breakout here, taking out of the stop and then collapse if we're correct, of course, in our expectations. Or market could form a kind of double top or something. So for this purpose, it needs to keep going higher, back to the top, showing minor wash and rinse here and start dropping. So if it will be the double top. So these patterns we are watching. So correspondingly, if you trade on the daily and higher time frames, we think that it's better to set in hands and wait what will happen, especially if we will be correct about retracement. If you trade on the intraday charts, well, especially on very long, very short term frames, 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart, theoretically you could try to take position on some minor pullbacks here and out somewhere around the top or between the top and the 38 area. So this scalp trading setup, especially we start getting the butterfly. So those who trade on a daily fall time frame chart, here's the pattern to watch that we explained. So double repull. That's actually all that we have currently on the gold market. Nothing to do immediately, except maybe the trading on the very small time frames. But in general, situation looks interesting. A few patterns we could get in the nearest time, maybe today, tomorrow, and this definitely will be something to deal with.